All right, we recording.
Yo, welcome to the Anime Uns podcast. I am your host, Damo. Got
And I'm
Marley.
and I'm your host, Marlon, aka FM Radio.
All right, you want to tell them what we're gonna be doing here?
Yeah, man. Well, just to give a little context before we just before we get started, man. This is an anime podcast for, well, not really for, but an anime podcast by an older generation of anime fans, and for any anime fan, because I mean, this could be for the younger folks and for the older folks, but we in our 30s, so we consider ourselves unks. We little, we vets in the game. We done seen a little bit. We done lived in the 90s, seen the 90s anime.
Yep.
Seen the 2000s anime. We in the 2020s now, so we done seen a lot, man. So I feel like we have a lot of valuable opinions that kind of go by the wayside because this new younger generation is more into content creation, and they're very opinionated, but the
Agreed.
old folks got opinions too.
Yeah, man. You know, give our
Yeah.
opinions before 8 o'clock, cause that's bedtime.
Yeah, man, we got kids, so we got a lot going on. But yeah, man, so this is just really gonna be me and Damo talking. We gonna be we ain't really gonna do nothing too fancy. We just gonna we got topics already selected ahead of time. And we kinda got little talking points or whatever, but it's just gonna be a freestyle conversation. And so I kinda wanna start it off with this topic just because this topic is like kind of like the most. I always say I got some dog hair in my mouth. Damn, a dog. It's crazy. But no, for real, man. This podcast is very serious. I want to start it off with this one because I don't want to like end it with this one. Very serious topic that I've been seeing talked about, and damn, it's dog hair. Okay, I got it. All right, we good. we good. All right, so yeah, this is a very serious topic, man. I've been seeing people talking about it this month, and it's regarding so it was a cosplayer that passed away this month. Her name is Ash. She went by Squid Kid 1111.
Yeah.
Um, she took her own life, and apparently it was the result of bullying and racism, that she was experiencing in the community. They said that she was singled out and harassed for creating characters that were conventionally rendered as light skinned and or non black. Um, Man, so first thing I want to say about this, man, is RIP to her. It's really sad. I didn't know her personally. I didn't really even know about her at all, but the story kind of hits home for me, as a black anime fan. And I feel like, see, the funny thing is I don't think I've ever experienced racism when it came to my love for anime. I have known anime fans of all types, all different races, different genders. I ain't never experienced no racism, no nothing. But I have seen it though, because I've seen a lot of people in the cosplay community talk about when it comes to what do you call it, race swapping characters and also
Mm-hmm.
gender swapping characters. There's a lot of hate for some reason. I guess apparently you can't take a character that is it would typically be Japanese, right? You can't take a character that would be Japanese and then cosplay them if you're black. Is what I guess people think. Um, and also I don't know if people who are like anime casuals think that like anime characters are white people because they not. So I'm just like it's kind of weird to see and hear about stuff like that because these are characters that are mostly Japanese, but are of different races too. I mean, you look at a series like Naruto, the Raikage, and pretty much everybody in the village hidden in the clouds were black, right? You
Yep.
had Darui, Raikage, they were black. They were black people. They were black people with
Mm-hmm.
white hair, right?
Yep.
And so you look at, I don't know, you look at Bleach, right? And then so you look at the Espada, and a lot of the Espada were Latin themed, or not Latin, but Latin American themed.
Mm-hmm.
And of course the Quincy's were German, and so you got so many different types of people in anime, people represented in anime, and I just don't understand why, if I say that, of course I'm light skinned black guy, if I want to cosplay as a dark skinned black guy, I don't know, let's just say like Yasuke, or if I wanted to be a Japanese character, you know, like Ichigo, why can't I be that character if I'm just trying to cosplay? I'm not trying to uh, rewrite what the author did. I'm just trying to cosplay. I'm just trying to have fun. I mean, what's your thoughts
Mm-hmm.
on it?
I mean, to be honest with you, man, I mean, the whole race thing, it doesn't just, it's one of those things where it's kind of like spread out amongst different areas in the community. Um, not only anime and mangas and things like that, but you can go to the supermarket and get racially profiled. You can
Yeah,
go anywhere and get racially profiled. So
yeah,
what you end up with is having kids who grow up in these communities where, if you don't look like me, then you don't really have the right to do anything or express yourself.
and she was
And
just
that
19
kind of,
too. You know?
yeah, and it spreads over into social media, man. It spreads over into the anime community, so you end
Yeah,
up getting people being cyberbullied.
yeah, man.
um
It ain't never no space for that, man. I mean, like
yeah,
it's like that cyberbullying and stuff, man. It's cowardly. I come from a generation. You come from a generation where cyberbullying really wasn't a thing. We was growing up.
we grew up
You
with
if you
cyberbullying.
you,
it,
you
it,
know,
it started with us.
I mean, somewhat, but I mean, real bullying. Face to face, in
Yeah,
person bullying. You didn't have to worry about your bully being some anonymous person that you ain't never met, that don't know you, that's halfway across the world. Your bully was right there in your face. You knew your enemy.
yep.
You knew
He was
your
gonna put
enemy.
your he was
You
gonna put
knew,
your hand
you,
on it.
yeah,
Flesh it.
yeah. But it's like you knew your enemy, and like for those of us that was kind of smart, growing up, we knew our enemy was, a lot of them bullies was like dumb, like they was dumb. They was in
Yeah,
the special class, man. But they thought that they was tough, or that they was cool or whatever they could do, but you knew your enemy, and so
yeah,
you had more to work with in terms of like coping, but now like your enemy is thousands of people in different parts of the world that they never met you, that's commenting on your content, telling you I hate you, or you're, like, what I'm saying, using racial slurs, whatever it may be. That's the difference, is that
yeah,
it used to just be one or two people that bullied you. Now the whole world can jump in and bully you with no consequence or no type of difficulty on their end. All they gotta do is just send a message, or comment on a post. But
true.
back in the day, like, your bully kind of had to do it discreetly. The teacher had to wait till the teacher wasn't looking. Had to wait till after school. When you walking home. When you know what I'm saying, whatever it may be. So
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, man, it's really a sad story, bro. I mean,
it's
it ain't nothing
sad.
more to say than that. I mean, for me, it's a sad story, man. And I wish that there was a way to fight it, to combat it. But social media has created a platform for folks to do stuff like this. So I wish that people would have thicker skin, but that's reductive of how each person is individually, because everybody ain't gonna have thick skin. And for the folks that don't got thick skin, folks gotta stand up and protect them folks. And when they see it happening, we
Mhm.
gotta stand up and protect them folks. Because I can say for sure, and this is gonna go into our next topic, but I can say for sure that I know in times in my life when I've seen people be getting bullied and I didn't step in because it wasn't affecting me. But now I see it as an adult, and I'm like, man, I really should have said something. But
Yeah,
yeah,
man, cosplaying, and I can see why. It might hurt a little bit more or cut a little bit more deep, because cosplaying is one of those things where, especially as a kid, you're not surrounded by people who think like you, who engage in the same content as you,
yeah,
let alone dress like you. So when you do
mm-hmm.
decide that you want to be a different person, be a different character, you kind of expect that of other people who enjoy the same things you do, but when you
Yeah.
get a different reaction, it tears into you because it's almost like somebody telling you it's not okay to be you because that's a part of your identity at that point.
Yeah.
And
You're
so it
right.
kind of hurts a little bit more. I think that the only way to move forward from this is to not it's not to stop doing the cosplaying and expressing yourself and to continue doing it, in light of what just happened with her.
Yeah.
And if you are somebody who may not have the thickest of skin, most teenagers don't because they're still discovering themselves. Turn
Yeah.
off the comments. Just turn off the comments. That's the bit. That's the only thing I can say. Just turn
But
off
you,
the comments.
but you know, but validation also is a thing, and I think that people do come to social media to seek out some kind of validation, and that's where you get that conflict is, you want the validation, but you also don't want the criticism, and I don't only say that you don't want you want the validation, but you don't want the harassment. I only say criticism because there are some people out there who really want the criticism. They want to say, hey, like, pick apart my cosplay, tell me what I can improve. But then
Yeah,
other
but
folks are gonna harass you, and so
it's,
yeah, man. And it also say, man, when you find your tribe, like, really, like, think about the tribe that you involving yourself in. Them people around you, your friends, they supposed
hmm
to be standing up for you, protecting you, and
yeah.
supporting you, encouraging you.
hmm
And I know that can't 100% prevent something like this from happening, but it goes a long ways towards helping because if you know that you got people in your corner that don't care about what other folks think, that are going to support you no matter what, it does make a big difference in trying to make sure that you are feeling loved, feeling
True.
validated, and maybe even so some of the people that were around her may have or may have not been saying, I don't know, but may have told her what we're saying, which is that F the mother folks, you know what I'm saying? Fuck the mother folks, bro. Like it don't mean, like, what they're saying means nothing, because they don't know you like we do. They don't see you and all the hard work you put into these cosplays. So yeah, that's how I feel about that, man. But I was gonna say that brings me into my next topic of the conversation, man. I want to talk about your experience, my experience as kids growing up as anime fans, and then progressing towards adulthood to where we are now being anime fans. Like, what's been the struggles? What's been, like, like, your experience? Like, maybe things you've seen not happen to you, but maybe did happen to you. It don't matter. But like what has been your experience growing up your whole life, being a fan of anime?
Man, I'm 32, man. It's been a long story. Before I start, RP Ash, aka Squid, rest in peace. Stop bullying people. Stop fucking bullying people. Um, yeah, man. Growing up in anime fan, man. Eyeball, most definitely eyeball. Nobody wants to talk about cartoons. Nobody wants to talk about anime. You're weird if you don't like football and basketball. Um, especially if you're a black guy, because
Yeah,
you're supposed to be a basketball player, a
or a
football
football
player,
player. Yeah,
yeah, something like that. God forbid you like anime. Like that's just taboo. That's like not even real. But man, I grew up playing Pokemon, every single Pokemon title, Pokemon cards, Digimon cards, Beyblades.
man, that's crazy.
Me, like, I was heavy into it and always have been heavy into my animation. I didn't start reading manga until I was, what, like 18? No, yeah, it's like 18 or 19. And the exact moment I realized I had to start reading it, um, I was watching, what was it? Was it Naruto? It was Naruto. It was right before they got to the Great Ninja War Arc.
Yeah,
And they're
final
supposed to
art.
go up
Yep.
against Madara and Kage and all those.
Yeah.
But remember, we kept having long breaks.
Yep. And then
We had
reruns.
real long breaks, right? And I was like, man,
Yeah.
you mean to tell me? I said, you mean to tell me we gotta wait like almost a year for this to happen? Like, can I just Google some stuff and I ran across a website. I can't remember. I think it was like Manga Panda or something like that.
Yeah.
And there were images. They were like comic books. I said, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, got comic book sketches. And it was like I got to read everything up until the end of the story. So man, like that kind of took it to the next level. And then you introduced me to the webtoons and
Yep.
other little niche things, man. So it's just been it's been a journey, man. It's been a journey.
Man, so we had such similar stories because I mean, all right, so I'm just gonna start off from zero to like from zero. Started out, man, I would say with Pokemon, which back then I don't think anybody really considered Pokemon anime because it came on Kids WB, Kids WB early in the mornings on Saturdays, or whatever. People didn't consider that anime, right? It was just like a regular old cartoon, just like all the other shit, like Jackie Chan and Jackie Chan Adventures, like everything else. It was right along there, like same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh. But I think I started with Pokemon, and then of course Pokemon cards was big in my my childhood. Yu-Gi-Oh cards, like you say, Beyblades. I also had the Digimon cards. You unlock the core memory because Digimon cards, man. When nobody trading Digimon, like, because Digimon cards was the same time as Pokemon cards, but when nobody trading Digimon cards, and I was like, man, I'm like the only person who got Digimon cards. It's so weird, but yeah, man, just trading cards. I had action figures, out the ass, and that all progressed into when Toonami first started on Cartoon Network, man.
You said something.
Man, what a time it was, bruh.
Man.
Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, Card Captors, man, Outlaw Star, man, you name it, Tenchi Muyo, like that was a time, man. That was an era.
Yeah.
And so the one thing I will say is that throughout, that time, them early years, none of this was really frowned upon, I would say, because we're all still in an elementary school. Most of the kids are into it, but from my experience, what I experienced is that there was a hierarchy, a social hierarchy, right? And so, for some of the cooler kids, they were able to trade Pokemon cards and whatnot without any type of scrutiny on their like being cool. Also a lot of them preyed on other kids, and took their good cards and traded them for bad cards. There was a lot of that going on. You could call that bullying. You maybe not, but there was a lot of that going on. There was a cooler kid saying, "Hey man, I got this. I don't know. I got this holographic Venusaur. Let me trade it for your Charizard. And it's like we didn't know back then, but like that's not the same value." That's not the same value. I can imagine there's a lot of folks out there who probably punch in air, or punched air, thinking about all the Charizards they had that they could have traded away one that might have sold for thousands of dollars, later on one day. But yeah, man. So that was my experience. There was like a social hierarchy, and so the older we got, the more I started to realize that you look at me and some other people that I know who I talked about anime with. We would talk about the new episodes of Dragon Ball and whatnot, and I realized that people looked at me a certain way, man. And kind of it was frowned upon to like have these conversations at school, and so then that led to me learning how to code switch. So I knew how to go between my nerd friends and talk about anime and do it discreetly, and then go and hang out with the cool folks and then act like anime didn't exist. And then that lasted with me all throughout, middle school, high school, man. One of my best friends, man, I might have him on the podcast one day. His name is Tez. We would hang out after school, man, in his house and play video games and watch anime and shit. Like, and this is back when you had to watch anime on YouTube on the computer and shit. Like, but we would sit there and we watch anime, man, and play video games and go to school and act like none of that shit was even like existed because then we'd go and play basketball after school too. You know,
Yeah.
we go and we do the typical stuff that's expected of us, but that was my like my childhood and my middle school, high school years. Um, Never was really bullied for any of this, but I did see some kids who didn't know how to switch between the groups that would run through the halls, Naruto run. They would act like they doing a Kamehameha,
Yeah.
at school,
Yeah.
and they traded cards at school. They didn't know how to turn it off,
But you know
and
something, bro,
to,
about
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I mean to cut you off.
No, you good, man.
I kind of envy them for the
Yeah,
simple fact that I did not start saying I don't give a fuck. I didn't start saying I don't give a fuck about if they like the fact that I like this shit until
yeah.
I got older.
Same
I
thing. Same thing with me too.
cold switch. Like when elementary school, couldn't really make any friends. Middle
Yeah,
school, it was like, all right, I'm gonna just be somebody different. I'm not gonna
yeah,
tell anybody I like anime. I'm not even gonna
yeah,
act like I like it. And then when I got to high school, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm gonna like this shit out loud.
yeah,
Like
bro.
I'm gonna wear my Dragon Ball Z t-shirt,
Yeah,
all this. Yes, absolutely.
yeah. But it like I say I'm the same as you. I envy now looking back. I envy what they had because man, like they didn't. They were unapologetic about like what they loved, and
Mm-hmm.
even though they got bullied for it, um, just they 10 toes down, unapologetic.
Yep.
And so yeah, man, with that, it's going into college, I realized that nobody cared, and it wasn't as big of a deal anymore. I could be me. I could
Yeah.
talk about what I want to talk about. I could hang around who I want to hang around with. It really wasn't a big deal. Now there were certain things also that were still expected. That it's like, me and the homies, we playing 2K, we playing Madden.
Yeah.
That's the norm. You know, and then Marlon come along, and we in the room kicking it, hanging out, and I start talking about, man, you seen that new such and such, and they like, man, like yeah, but
Yeah.
like we ain't gonna talk about it, like the hoes here. Can't talk,
Yeah.
can't talk about Dragon Ball around the hose,
Hey, I
you know,
promise.
and
I
so,
promise. Get to looking at
and
you
so,
weird.
and so that was my college. Those were my college years, man. Pretty much, really, that was the sentiment of man, my dog is barking. She probably want to come in here in this room. I'm not letting her in though.
So we.
But yeah, man, that was my college years. Is like, yeah, you can't talk about anime around the hose, and the hose is always around because I mean that was just my college. That was my college years, bro. Is I
Yeah.
pledged and I did all this stuff, man. We was partying and we hang out at the house. My roommates smoked a lot, so they had people over for smoke sessions. I ain't
Yeah.
smoke, but I hang out because shit, I just hang out, But
This man.
yeah, you can't talk about anime around the hose, man. So that was the motto. But now growing up, after college, I'm fully grown adult, working a job, not going and partying, and now I'm married and got a kid. Like life has been so different because after I graduated college, that was when that like third eye unlocked, man. That was when I
Yeah.
started seeing the world for what it was and started realizing everything up until now, none of that shit mattered.
Nah,
And
for real.
being me and apologetically me and who I am and who I want to be is most important, more important than anything else. And so that's when I start posting shit on Facebook, like anime shit on Facebook. I start, like I start going to conventions, engaging
Mm-hmm.
with the community. That's that's when I started realizing, man, like I would rather be around a room full of people cosplaying at a convention than going to a football game or a basketball game, or going to a party at the club or something. Because these my people, like these, what I'm saying? Like I'd rather have a debate about Naruto or Dragon Ball or Bleach or some shit, and then like talk about Alabama versus Auburn,
Yeah.
and I know that I would get scrutiny for that, man. I went to Auburn, I graduated from Auburn, and
Yeah.
so I know that I get scrutiny for that, man. But I don't care because, like I said, it's unapologetically me. I don't care about what the next guy thinks because the next guy likely is not one of my inner circle. He's not
Yep.
somebody I'm going to talk to every day or any day. I may only see him occasionally, you not somebody I'm trying to cater to.
Right.
So,
Right. Right.
yeah, man, that's my life, bro.
I,
But I really gotta say, man, just before I wrap my part up, man, is that shout out to the people that we grew up with that was unapologetic, man, because now there's been this whole renaissance of like anime becoming mainstream and popular amongst people who you would not typically think are fans. Like you got
celebrities.
yeah, celebrities
Celebrities.
like the dude that fight MMA who be doing the Naruto shit. Israel Adesanya.
Him. Michael B.
Him.
Jordan.
Yep, Michael B. Jordan. Yep. That's another good
Megan
one.
Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion. Her cosplays be killing it.
Fire.
And then
Fire.
so you
Yep.
starting to see anime make this mainstream turn into being like the cool thing, and now it's different, and I'm happy for
Yeah.
that because now the people that were unapologetically themselves their whole lives, if they was able to stick it out, now they may not be cool people, per se by what other people's standards of cool might be, but
Mm-hmm.
these are people who their whole lives been this way. Now they get to be this way and not look crazy for it because it's the norm now. Not the norm, but it's big now.
Right.
It's popular.
I agree.
So yeah, man.
Yeah. Let me ask
Did you
you,
have
bro.
anything extra? Yeah.
Yeah, let me ask you, bro.
Yeah,
Because
man.
you said something about, you know, getting to that point in your life. You was like, I'm about to start going to conventions and be around my people is different than going to a game.
Yeah.
Were you nervous going to your first convention? At least a little bit.
I wasn't nervous, man, my first one, man, because I because my first one was here in Birmingham, man.
Yeah.
And I wasn't nervous more so than just like anxious about what I was gonna like see
Yes.
because I had watched videos.
Mhm.
There are content creators out there that make videos of conventions, like cosplayers, and so I had been watching these videos and thinking, oh man, like this gonna be lit. Like I'm about to see like all type of crazy cosplay, like,
Yeah.
and I was not impressed my first convention. Unfortunately, just because the one here in Birmingham that I went to, it was Alabama Comic Con, and then it just wasn't that great. I mean, it was cool. It was cool, and I saw a lot of stuff, man. But it wasn't what I thought. But I did end up buying a hell of a lot of merch. I
Yeah.
probably spent like $500, man, on merch, bro.
Yeah.
Swords. You see some of this stuff behind me, bro. Like some of these figurines, pictures. I got like 20 pictures that I ain't even hung up, man. These are just 2 pictures. I gotta paint this wall, but it's like
Yeah.
I got pictures I ain't hung up. So I bought so much merch, man, and that was a fun part of it. But then I went to DreamCon,
Yeah.
and that was the one that I was nervous about because that was one where I cosplayed. I cosplayed as Nanami from Jujutsu Kaisen. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that one I was nervous more so because, man, like this, like that DreamCon is like up there. It's up
Yeah.
there. That's the one of the top tier conventions, especially for us black folk. So
Yeah.
that's why I was nervous about that one. And then there's Comic Con
Man.
that also happens here in Birmingham, Alabama, and that one was cooler than I think Alabama Comic Con. And so I think that's why I don't even do Alabama Comic Con no more. But they do Comic Con every year. So yeah, man, I wasn't nervous, just anxious about what to expect, man. And then after now I feel like I'm not really too anxious about them. I feel like I'm kind of like, okay, like I know what to see. I know I'm gonna see.
Yeah.
But I will say one thing, man. My wife probably gonna gonna see this, but man,
Say
some of them videos, some of them YouTube videos, man, where they be having them, they showing them cosplays, man.
so.
Some of them women be dressed scantily clad, bruh.
Oh, I know.
But I mean that's anime though. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to
Yeah.
objectify women or nothing. That's just me saying like attractive women dressing like anime characters that are already attractive, kind of like
Yeah.
it like scratches an itch, bro. It's like it's an itch you didn't even know you need to scratch, man. It's like you like I get to see the character. Like, okay, let's use an example. Nami from One Piece.
Yeah.
Nami always dresses with like a bikini and like some jeans or some shit, right?
Yeah.
But she always got like some type of bikini or some shit on, right?
Yeah.
Now tell me, you know Nami's figure in the One Piece anime, manga. You know how she look, and you see a woman that dresses up like her that got a similar figure, like Like that's what I'm trying to say is like you got a character that's already aesthetically pleasing on screen on the page, and then someone brings it to life. So yeah, like like that, like the eye candy is definitely something that is cool about going to these conventions. Now I will caution y'all people, some of y'all creeps, because y'all gonna go and y'all gonna be some creeps out there. Don't creep on these women, man. It's okay to glance, but not to linger. Don't touch. Cosplay does not mean consent. And so man, it's I would say that. And then also too, like I say, like it's different seeing your people do it too, because you see somebody at a black convention cosplaying as Harabelle, from Bleach. So they got the little, the outfit, and it's like, damn, like, and they be getting their bodies right too. Like fitness is like a huge thing for cosplayers. I don't know if you ever seen it, but like some of the male cosplayers and the female cosplayers, they be getting in shape. Like I done seen dudes that cosplay as Ace from One Piece, right? And got the whole 6-pack, body, like crazy. And you like, damn, like you must have been training for this. You must have been, dude. Probably what's that shit that bodybuilders do, where they like don't drink water or some shit so that their muscles.
What they going like fast or something?
Yeah, it's something they do right before competitions to make their muscles look like more defined. I forgot what it's called, but
no.
Yeah, it's but it's like a very like intense thing, like because they only do it right before the competition, like the day or two before, but it makes their muscles look more defined, or whatever.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
But I'm saying this is what people do for their cosplays, man. So I just think the whole thing about it is cool. But yeah, man. I'm gonna transition this into our next topic, and you have anything else to say about that?
Oh nah, man. I was about to say, man, I followed a dude who he was a scrawny dude, man. He like no muscle mass, no nothing. He was like, guys, in honor of Goku going Super Saiyan Blue for the first time, I'm gonna do it at my next Comic Con. And I got 2 years to train for it. Bro, every week he would post video. And like the day of Comic Con, shirt come off, and you just see muscles, bro, just popping out veins. And I'm like, what did you do? How did you do that?
He probably trained, man. Like with intense training. Bro. See, okay. This is an extra before we transition to the next topic. This is an extra thing I want to say, man, because this is a whole another topic of conversation, but also something that I was discussing with somebody else, man. Anime has such amazing the things that anime teaches you are so amazing. I would say that I wish my son was more into anime right now, and hopefully he will be in the future, but it teaches you so many amazing things, man. You look at a series like Dragon Ball, right? Goku, seeing where he came from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z to, of course, Dragon Ball Super, right? And you look at his journey, and training was always something that was extremely important. Discipline, exerting yourself, pushing yourself to your limits. And those are lessons, man, that you can transform. You can take it from Dragon Ball and apply it to your life in a way where you can say, man, like a young kid, always push for like a bigger goal. Always look farther ahead of you. Like, don't just stop where you're at. Like, push yourself to your limits, because you never know where it might take you. You know,
Yeah.
you might think that you're not smart enough to go to college, but like if you study harder, you know, then you might become valedictorian in your class, or you know what I'm saying. Like you just never know. You know
Mm-hmm.
who you could become if you push yourself harder and train harder. And it's so many other series. Of course, it's like My Hero Academia, right? And that's what we're about to actually transition into. But My Hero Academia, one of those stories, man, where I wish I would have saw My Hero Academia when I was a little kid, man, because it would have
Yeah.
inspired me to think, man, Deku was born quirkless. He
Yeah.
wanted to be a hero, but he was born quirkless in a society where the majority of people have quirks. And
Mm-hmm.
when he was given an opportunity, he took that opportunity and ran with it. You remember that whole training montage, him and All Might,
Yes.
and
Yes.
he was standing on top of that mountain full of trash that he had picked up and took off the beach. You remember that?
Mm-hmm. I
Like
do. I
like like
also
like that was crazy. But he took the opportunity, he ran with it.
not only that, but let's say something else you can take from that is,
Yeah.
yeah, you may not, yeah, you might want to be a football player, basketball player, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you have a accident and you can't run anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe something happens and it kind of derails you. That don't mean stop.
Yeah.
See, Deku Deku didn't have a quirk.
Yeah.
So what did he say? He said, you know what? I'm gonna be the best supporting character that you will ever see, and I'm gonna learn how everybody's perks work, and I'm gonna learn how to put everybody in position, what situations they may be
Yeah.
best suited for, and I'm gonna help that way.
Yep.
Fire, bro, fire. You
Yeah.
find where you fit in,
Uh,
and you take off that way.
hey, or you look at Naruto, man, and you see like the whole backstory of Naruto, man. He was shunned by the entire village, man, and really
Yeah, man.
treated horribly. But he never held no resentment for nobody, man. He didn't go and crash out and become a villain. You know, he worked harder because he knew that it was better to work harder to become acknowledged by the people that looked down on him rather than crashing out on them folks because they didn't like him. You know, so and look where we got. And I tell you, man, one of the most emotional moments in Naruto for me was when he beat Pain,
Pain.
and
Oh,
you remember the whole village like
yes,
picked him up,
yes,
and that was the moment where it
bro,
all came full circle because
bro.
Naruto was shunned by the whole village, and then you come to this point now where he is the everybody is beaten. You know, it's a crater in the middle of the village. You know, hope is lost, and Naruto like beats Pain, and now he is the hero of the Leaf, the hero of the Leaf Village. And this is before even the Ninja War arc. He's
Yep,
already a village hero, you
yep.
know.
We ain't gotta
And
look at
so,
that fucking swing no more. Right after
yeah,
that happened, we didn't have to look at that damn swing. That shit
yeah,
was in every episode, bro.
because now he's acknowledged.
Shit.
Now people now and you know we could blame third. I blame third Hokage for all this bullshit because
It was his
he
fault.
he could
Fuck
have
that guy.
told everybody in the village that Naruto was the fourth Hokage's son, and everybody would have trusted on that just on the strength of that alone that Naruto was not like some demon. But
Yeah.
you know, of course, you know, third Hokage kept the secret, so I blame third Hokage for that shit. But
Man, all the
yeah,
adults
man.
in
And
that
then you
show
look
was
at
fucking
Sasuke
stupid.
backstory, and you say like, well, Sasuke got the opposite situation. He crashed out. he said you know, after he learned what the truth was about his brother and his family, you know, and why
Yeah,
his brother killed his family, he said, I'm about to go and I want to destroy the Leaf, you know, and he crashed out. And he
bro.
was always looked at as a prodigy and was beloved because of, you know, like his abilities. But like I say, like these are stories, man, that really bring they can inspire. I think they can inspire a generation. And that, I mean, I know that might be dramatic, but man, that's how I feel, bro.
Yeah,
These are
bro.
stories that can inspire a generation. And whether you take the bad stories and you run with those, or you take the good stories and run with those, is your choice. But you have the
Yeah.
choice, right? You know, you could be Aaron
Right.
Yeager, you know, or Lelouch from Code Geass, you know, or you could be Ichigo from Bleach, or you
Yeah.
could be Asta from Black Clover, you know, the choice is yours. You know, but yeah, I want to transition into the next topic, man. We were talking about My Hero Academia. It's the final season. It's coming to an end soon. Um, what's your feelings, man?
I cried 5 times today.
Yeah. This new episode that just came out, episode was it 8? You know, I also I got choked up real bad, man. Choked up real bad, like because bro, like ever since the beginning, man. I'll tell you, I've been with this series since the beginning, man. And so you see it all play out, come to fruition. I'm not sad. It's like I'm looking at a proud dad. Like I know how the story's gonna end, or I knew how it was gonna end, but because I read the manga. But I still, bro, like I'm proud of Deku, man, because like the maturity, the growth, and that last scene, when he's talking to Shigaraki, and Shigaraki's like, damn, like I really didn't do shit. I didn't destroy nothing. I didn't do nothing. But he's telling Deku, like, tell Spinner that Tomura Shigaraki destroyed all the way up until the end, and Deku was like, and destroy you did. Yeah. And I was like, oh my god. I fell apart, bro. I fell apart, man. I was like, damn, like, because.
And then he smiled. He didn't smile in the manga. He smiled at the end of that.
Yeah. Yeah,
man.
Man. And then also that beginning scene too, where the whole Class 1A was like, we are here. That one got me, bro. That's like literally like the first like 3 minutes of the episode, first 2 minutes of the episode, bro. Already had me about the damn near fallout, bro, because I was like, damn, look how far we have come. Yeah. Because at the beginning it was All Might's "I Am Here" that inspired Deku so bad, like so strongly, and we progressed to Class 1A. You remember I was telling you about the opening sequence? You remember, and that at the end where they're all reaching out to him, reaching out to that light. That light was Deku. They're all trying to reach out to Deku because they're all trying to aspire to the same goal, and realizing that you cannot do this alone. There is no more one symbol of peace who's the strongest and the best ever to do it. Like like All Might was it. Like and now and like his legacy his era is over. Now it's not the legacy or the era of I am here. It's the era of we are here, because everybody is necessary to complete this goal, to see this vision of a peaceful society.
I mean, I agree. So, even looking at the manga covers, bro. Like the first cover, it's got All Might like in full color. I know you got it. It's got him in full color, right? And everybody, all the rest of the people behind him are just red. They're right. They red, and it's like they're all heroes behind him, but All Might is the number one hero. It's about him. If you look at the last manga, the last one where Deku's pretty much in All Might's space. Mm-hmm. Everybody that's in red on all the other heroes that are supposed to be in the back behind All Might, it's all Class 1A. And everybody's in full color. Because it's not just about Deku. It's about all the heroes.
Yeah.
Everybody. So it kind of, kind of came full circle there. I like what they did.
What they did. All right. Look, I'm about to put it on the screen, man. Let's put it on the screen. Wait a second.
Yeah, man. Wait. Yeah, man. I like, and then like, I don't know. I really like the way that they are wrapping up this series, because everything in this last fight, that last big hoorah, is a callback to everything from the first big moment when Deku did his first smash.
Yep.
It was a callback to this.
Yeah, you're right. Because I think it was even like a similar like pose when he destroyed that machine to save Ochako.
Yes.
Yep. It was a very similar look.
Remember Deku.
All right, here we go. It's on the screen. It's on the screen, man.
Yep.
So people see what you're talking about, man. Yeah, it's definitely I see what you're saying. Like because Deku is posing the same way that All Might was posing,
Yes.
and then you got that little kid from the last chapter that Deku helped. This wanted to join 1A. They wanted to
Mm-hmm.
join class 1A. Yep, and then you got
Yeah.
all the characters in color. So yeah, you're right. That definitely brought things full circle.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, man. But yeah, it's just I mean, My Hero Academia ending is the ending of an era. I just seen all the cosplays that people have done. The way that it's inspired people, man. The way that it's changed folks. I'm telling you, like I said, like this sound dramatic, but like series like this have changed people's lives, bro.
I agree.
I'm not kidding. Like the Todoroki family story, probably that made
Ooh.
some dudes go back to their families.
Yeah.
Inspired some dudes to get involved in their sons' lives
And stop
because
working so much, bro.
yeah,
Stop working so much.
and then I mean that's not the only one. See, the funny thing is that what I love about My Hero Academia is that like all the characters, like the side characters, the class 1A or whatever, just side characters in general, they all had their own they were all very fleshed out because you look at Todoroki, like of course his thing was about his family and his dad. Bakugo, all about winning,
Mm-hmm.
and all about himself. And then we come to the end. See, I'm about to choke up thinking about it, bro,
Hold
because
on, bro.
we
Hold
we
on.
we
You had.
we get to the end. You remember was it
Mm-hmm.
episode like 3 of this
Yeah.
season, and he talk about he awakens his quirk. You see him and Deku lock in. He awakens his quirk, and realizes that like he tells off. He said was off from when he tells off when he says I'm the final boss.
Yep.
He'll say who you looking at? He said
Yep.
I'm the final boss. But
Yep.
you remember at the end when he beats him and he's standing up, he's like I wanted to end this fight standing like All Might,
Yeah.
and he falls over.
Yeah.
But you remember what Bakugo said, and this is I think also last season, but y'all said I think he said this season. But you remember what Bakugo said, right? He said, it like of course his whole theme was all about winning. He was like, if Deku is gonna save everybody, Bakugo was gonna win every time.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like his thing is always winning, and
Mm-hmm.
he changed his idea, his concept of what it means to always win to fit more in line with Deku's idea of saving everyone because you remember when he saves All Might, it's like look like you dying would have been a loss.
Yeah.
So no, like I'm not losing to nobody. That means
Yeah.
that I will save every single person that need to be saved because every single person I save, that's a win.
Yeah. Yeah. Man.
It like this is
Man.
like these are the things, bro. Like I say, like this
Bakugo.
inspires people.
Bakugo had one of the greatest character developments I have
Yeah,
ever seen, bro.
yeah, man.
From the beginning to the end, bro. Like
Yeah,
all the way down, bro.
yeah. And,
Crazy.
and
Crazy.
then and then with that too, man. Like I said, look at other characters like Kirishima. His quirk is hardness, right? He turns his skin hard, but he was a coward at one point in his life. He seen things happen and did not step in. You remember that was one of his biggest regrets was he saw um, Gigantomachia uh, about to hurt Ashido and her friends on the
Yeah.
street, and you remember he didn't do nothing. Ashido stepped in to protect her friends.
Yeah.
Gigantomachia walked away.
Yeah.
But they remember that was one of his biggest regrets. And then Ashido, he envied Ashido because Ashido was like always so bold. And then so, Ashido, her favorite hero is Midnight.
Yeah.
Like you remember, like she looked up to Midnight, and then Midnight dies,
Yeah.
and inspires her to push herself harder because that was her favorite teacher, also her hero.
Yeah.
Ochako had an amazing backstory. Very relatable too, because she just wanted to provide for her family. She wanted to retire. She wanted to retire her parents
from being on that. It was in construction, right? Something like that.
They both of them worked, but she wanted to
Yeah.
retire her parents. You know, and then of course her backstory. You know, not her backstory. I'm sorry, her story with Toga. You know that was also very deep. Everybody had a deep story, bro. I would say everybody had a deep story, or at least some type of like significant development other than Mineta.
He was a pervert to the very end, bro.
Yeah, pervert to the very end, bro. But I will say, because he did have the line in this episode, he said if he started out talking, he was like, if we can't, I forgot exactly what his words were, but it was something along the lines of, he was like, if we were to not step in right here and help you when you're in need, how can we call ourselves heroes?
Nah, for real.
Know? Like he was he was saying that. So even though Mineta didn't get like a big backstory and all this development, you do look at the very first season when they was in the USJ. And you remember Mineta was scared shitless. Like no type of courage or nothing. You remember he was the most scared person in the whole building.
Yep.
You remember, and now we're at this point where Mineta is like standing up and he's like fighting, and he's like he don't give like he out there with everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, man. Look, I'm being dramatic, man, but anime inspires people, bro. The stories are timeless and priceless.
Yeah. What's the guy with the 4 arms?
His name started as his hero name is Tenta something.
Yeah, but they were being real prejudiced towards him, bro. Remember because he looked different. They made fun of him because he looked different. And
all of the people who had quirks that changed their body, it made them look different because the dude with the controlled the animals, he was the same way.
Yeah. But they yelled out for him, bro. When they were looking at the TV, they was yelling, they was cheering him on.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's another good one. Yeah, you're right. So the stories, man, is just amazing. And I think that My Hero Academia really, like I said, this is an end of an era. I hope that the next generation discovers this story. You find that people do have recency. I don't know if it's recency bias or what. I don't know if the word I'm looking for is right, but people will go and they will look to the more recent things and forget the old stuff. Yeah. But My Hero Academia is definitely it's gonna go down as a classic that I feel like is a must watch for people, in the future.
No, I agree.
So really, I'm there's a lot of emotions in that, man. Anything more that you want to speak on about that?
Just that, man. Just like I said, man, it was cinematic, man. It was perfect. It's like they made every single second of that last episode count, even down to right before Deku throws that punch.
Yep.
The one person who did not want Deku out on that field was his mom, and she run up and she go, "Do your best."
Okay, all right. So, man, okay, all right. So now I got to mention this part, bro, because this get me in my feelings too, man.
Oh God!
Because as somebody who has lost a parent, man, this hit different. So in the new opening sequence, there's a little sequence where it shows All Might, and he has on a little cape, and he's holding his fist up, and his mom is with him, holding her fist up with the same type of smile that All Might be having, that big cheese smile. Mm-hmm. And we also saw when All Might was about to die, there was a little portion where it showed him with his mother. He was thinking of his mother when he was literally about to die. All he could think of was his mother. He was thinking about his mother. I think he was like on like a road, and he was just
Yeah.
thinking about like the path that he's like, you know, walked, like his life that he has lived, his path. But he could, most of his thoughts was his mother, and it's
Yeah.
like it made me think, man. Shout out to all the moms in the world, bro, because
For
moms
real.
really will. A mother may not see your potential or your vision of where you might want to be. You might want to be a basketball player, NBA basketball player, or an NFL football player, or you might want to be a famous rapper or actor, you know,
Yeah.
on the big screen. And your parents or even just your mother might not see that. She might
Yeah.
not know what you could become, but it doesn't matter about what she thinks you might be able to become. Mothers always come through with the support every single time. And I think that shows in what All Might was experiencing was his mother was the inspiration for his smile, his pose, his
Yep.
look. She had the same type of hair. You
Mm-hmm.
know, she was the inspiration for everything for him. You know, and I don't know if she went, you know, when she may have died. I don't know what happened with that, but who knows? Maybe she did or did not get to see him become what he became. But
Mm-hmm.
you're right. Deku's mother also similarly, she believed in her son and poured into her son when it came to the All Might stuff. And
Yep.
when she found out that he didn't have a quirk, she blamed herself. Remember, she gained all that weight
Yeah.
because she was like, she went into like a depression, you know, because she blamed herself. She thought it was her fault, her genetics, that caused him to not have a quirk. Of course, later on, we
Mm-hmm.
found out that the guy, that's a doctor, scientist,
Fucking dirty doctor.
took Deku's quirk.
Crazy.
You know, and people, I think, theorized that his quirk might have been some form of pyrokinesis because his mother can levitate things and
Yeah.
his father can breathe fire.
Yeah.
And so you know how that goes. Like the quirks usually typically will combine in their child and
Yeah.
make a new quirk.
What they would call it, quirk singularity or something like
Yeah,
that.
quirk singularity
Yeah.
theory. It's like every generation the quirks get stronger. You know,
Yeah.
because so it's like her that scene. See, this is why it get me kind of like choked up because it like in the scene in the first season, first episode, when he find out he don't got no quirk and he's crying and he's holding his doll.
Yep.
Yeah, and
like
he's
that.
like shaking and she's like crying with him.
Yeah.
And then you remember we come full circle. It was after the overhaul incident. All Might went and spoke to Deku's mom and told her, "This is why your son has a quirk now. This is why he's been getting hurt the way he's been getting hurt. You know, and this is all my fault. And I'm gonna take responsibility. I'm gonna take responsibility because I have to protect him. You know, and I know that you don't want him to go back to school, but I promise that I'm gonna do everything I can to protect him, even if it costs me my life."
Yeah.
Look what happened. You know, damn near almost died
a couple times
fighting all for one. You know, so yeah, man. Shout out to all the moms, man, because Deku's mom was a real one, and Bakugo's mom was a real one too. You know, you saw when Bakugo was fighting all for one. You remember Bakugo's mom was like, she was like, "My baby." I'm going nigga phrase. I'm going nigga phrase it. She was like, "My baby." She was like, "My baby always smiled. Like he ain't like he always had that same smile on his face. Like you know, like he like." And she was like, and she told her husband, she was like, "You better look at our baby.
You better turn around.
You better look at our baby. You better not look away. You know, he needs us. He needs our support." And so, yeah, Bakugo's mom probably knew him better than anybody because she knew his personality. You know, that he wasn't never going to back down. That winning was the most important thing to him. You know, and his dad was like crying in the corner.
Yeah.
You know, and so he must have got his personality from his mom.
Had to. It's funny because remember, was it All Might that went to his parents' house?
Yeah, his mom was like nonchalant. His
Bro,
mom was like, oh, she's like, it's whatever. You know, he's like, it's fine.
crazy.
She was like, is he giving you trouble? Is he? Like, I swear, Bakugo parents is like black folks. Because she was like, is he giving you any trouble? Because if he is, let me know. Cause so she want his Bakugo mom didn't play, but yeah, man,
Man.
you know that those were some good moments, man. Those were some good moments, and then oh yeah, bro. All right, we gotta go to the next topic, man, because I can talk about My Hero
Yeah.
Academia all day,
I
man.
know it.
Whew.
I know it. I know it.
Um, but okay, all right. So the viral moment, man, has been going around this month, man, about
I know where you
episode
going with this.
18 of Gachiakata. Rio up the blick on the ops,
Up
man. You
the
know,
flick.
as the young people would say, you know, they
Sleep for
she upped
fun.
the blick. She upped the blick, bro. And man, all right. So the reason why I bring it up, man, is because so often in anime, what we see is that a character will pussyfoot around in order to enjoy a fight, or pussyfoot
Yeah.
around in order to, I don't know, whatever they do. You know what I'm saying? And I could bring up several examples. I'm gonna bring up several examples, but she pulled the gun out not because she needed to, but because she wanted to finish the fight faster because she had to, she felt like she had to go and help everybody else.
Yeah.
She was in a bad matchup, of course, with the lady, but the lady, of course, she could not maintain her vital instrument forever. So
Mm-hmm.
when her vital instrument ran out, her and the lady, they threw hands.
Put them hands up.
They threw hands, and they threw hands for they threw hands so evenly that Rio was like, "Yeah, this taking too long." Put the gun out and shot her. Lady
You
was so
said, hold on,
surprised.
hold
She,
on, bro. Hold on, because the lead up to that,
yeah.
she said, "We so far down here, can't nobody hear a scream."
Oh
Right?
yeah,
Like,
it's
lady
crazy.
said
It's
no.
crazy to prepare it. Like you fighting the whole fight with an opponent, and you like, hey, can't nobody hear us down here, can
Okay,
they?
I mean.
And if you hear that shit, see now if I'm fighting you and you start asking me questions like that, I'm gonna be like, why the fuck is this motherfucker? Why is this nigga
Man,
asking me? Why is he asking me if we can hear down here? What kind of shit you planning in your mind?
bro,
because
she
because
said,
bruh, all type of thoughts. Think about all the thoughts that's going through your head about what you plan to do to me, like. Because why you don't want nobody to hear what you gonna do?
oh
It could have been a
man,
lot of ways that could have went left, bro.
bro,
It could have been a lot of ways that could have went left.
bro,
But yeah,
bro.
and then but she put the gun out and she shot her. This lady wasn't expecting it at all, and finished the fight like that. Boom, done. Didn't kill her, but she immobilized her. And then went on and shot the other dude, Jabber. She shot Jabber. Right before Jabber was about to kill the other, I forgot the guy's name, the guy at the staff. It's on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, shot Jabber, and
She
I'm
with
just
him up.
like,
She just no.
yeah,
She
oh yeah,
did
she
not
shot him
just
like
do
3 or 4
him.
times.
She emptied the clip.
Yeah, she did. He deserved it, bro. He was like literally about to kill old dude. So that might have been why she emptied a couple extra bullets into him for no reason. But yeah, man. I was gonna provide some examples. All right, so first example, case study number 1, right?
Uh huh.
Bleach.
Yes.
How many times have we ever seen a character literally on death's doorstep wait to use their Bankai?
All the
Why are
time.
you gonna wait until the very last moment to use your Bankai, especially when you know your Bankai broken? And so we saw often in Bleach that characters have to ramp up. I gotta use my Shikai. I gotta use my Bankai if and only if it's the last resort. And you look at characters like, let's just look at the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. Shunsui,
Mm-hmm.
broken Bankai. never used it up until this point. But you remember this fight would start. He could have used it, but you remember I think the reason why they explained it away is that he didn't want to use it around allies. It's not a Bankai that you use around people. So I mean that could be the reason why. He didn't use it back then, but I just feel so strongly that, man, in Bleach, characters really would withhold power just to prove a point. And good examples of that are Ikaku and Yumichika from Squad 11. Both of them, one of them had a Bankai and another one had a Shikai that did not uh, align with Squad 11's ideals.
Mm-hmm.
Yumachika had a keto based Sanpakuto, and everybody in Squad 11 have physical based Sanpakutos, and
Mm-hmm.
so he didn't want to use it around people because of that. And then Ikaku had a Bankai, but didn't use his Bankai in front of people because he knew that if he used his Bankai around people when they realized he had Bankai, that one, he could either get promoted to captain, or two, that he would have to get promoted to lieutenant of another squad.
Bro said, I don't want that much responsibility.
Well, no, yeah, but he's because he respected Kenpachi Zaraki so much, he didn't want to move to another squad. So
Yeah.
those two examples of people that literally almost died withholding power.
Yeah.
Why the fuck you withholding power?
I don't know.
That's why I
But
respect Rio, because she pulled the gun out because she needed to. Not
yeah.
because not when she was about to die. She pulled the gun out with ample time remaining in the fight. They could have kept fighting. No, I gotta finish this shit, and then finished
Yeah.
it. And I
Yeah.
respect that, bruh. I respect that. I respect throwing hands, but I also respect ending a fight when the fight needs to be ended. And we find out that she was an assassin in the past, which explained why she, you know, why she had no problem pulling the gun out.
Yeah, man.
Uh,
You brought up
but
Bleach.
I was gonna say,
Renji.
yeah, Renji, yeah,
Renji. He should have never, ever started without his workout because he got his ass whooped every time he unlocked that motherfucker. And then the thing that pissed me off about Renji
yeah.
is the fact that when he does his Bunkai, they take up, 15 seconds of the roar zombie model and the snake got to come out of all this shit just for him to get his ass whooped in 10 seconds.
And then explain to us that that was never his true Zanpakuto, right? And then then
Bullshit.
he got the fire Zanpakuto later, which redeemed him. But you're right. Every time he put that bitch out, he lost, and not only lost, but it got damaged every time. You remember he lost.
Yes.
He had links, and he lost. It's like losing links in your watch. Like this nigga, this nigga lost
What the
links
fuck are you
in
doing?
his Zanpakuto.
What are you
But
doing out here, dude?
I was gonna say, man, an example of something similar to Rio, which once again respect, using your resources. If you got them, you got a gun, use it.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer, Genya.
Mm-hmm.
Why was Genya the only person who was smart enough to say, "I'm not really good with a sword. Let me make Nichiren bullets."
Yeah, I have no idea.
You got all these Demon Slayers that's trash. All these low rank Demon Slayers that's trash. Uh, why more folks ain't using guns? I don't understand it. If you can make a Nichiren bullet, that seems more efficient. That
Yeah.
seems much more efficient than swinging the sword around. I don't know, maybe it's tradition,
Mm-hmm.
but that's a good example. Genya's smart enough and knew, man, fuck this sword. I'm gonna get me a gun, and you're gonna make me some bullets, and we gonna call it a day.
Hey man, for some reason they was swinging them swords, passing up the block bullets. So I don't know.
I mean, bruh, who like? Come on now, like I, I'm speaking more so for people of that caliber of like
Sure.
we not talking about Hashira. We talking about Genya. Genya was not strong at all,
Yeah.
but he made up for it because he ate demons, to get their powers,
Yeah.
and also because he was using a gun. He
Yeah.
was using a gun. that made up for a lot of his lack of power. Was having that gun and them damn Nichiren bullets.
Yeah.
So I just, man, just so many series, bro, where characters just don't do what's necessary to end a fight and end up either dead or, maybe even risking somebody else's life. Like, nigga, like that's not. Come on now,
Yeah.
do what need to be done. Vegeta could have killed Semi Perfect Cell
You could have.
easily, and didn't do it because for Vegeta's reasons, but. Yeah, man. I don't know, bro. We see it so often, man. So often. A good example, bro. Black Clover. You remember when old dude was about to kill his brother? The guy. You remember the Finral's brother? I forgot Finral's brother's name, but Finral, the guy who could teleport. You remember they was fighting. He was fighting his brother, and his brother was about to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Asta, Magna, and I forgot the one's name that controls the electricity. But the three of them moved so fast. It was like light speed. They moved so fast, and they had all of their weapons at old dude's neck.
Yeah.
Like they was like, if you even move an inch, we will kill you. We will kill you right here and now. No fight. I'm not about to challenge you to a fight to redeem my teammate or no shit like that. I will kill you right here. I'm telling you, bro. That's that is probably one of my biggest gripes about anime, bro. Is why we don't. I don't need to see no fight for nobody honor. Don't, Damien. If somebody kill me, don't fight for my honor, nigga. You better fucking kill them immediately, officially immediately. I don't want you to fight no honorable duel for me. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Let's both put our swords down and fight.
If your sword ain't at his neck the first chance you get, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Bullshit.
What are you doing? Bullshit. So, yeah, that's a viral moment, man. That I've been seeing a lot of people talk about. Controversy. I guess there is people out there who probably think that she should not have used the gun. I say fuck that. I say pull that gun out. Yeah, and I love a good anime fight, but I don't need to see the anime fight if you got a gun on you. Just pull that gun out. These are characters these are not characters who. Oh, looks like Damien has disconnected for a second.
I'm back.
You're back?
Yes. I'm back and I'm black.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, man, I was just saying that like Gachiakura, like these are not characters that can clearly these characters are not moving at the speed of light or speed of sound. And that's I guess that also makes a difference. Like you said, like these are Demon Slayer, the characters can block bullets clearly. They move. Mm-hmm. These are characters that are moving at the speed of sound. But I don't know, man. I just kind of feel like our characters just need to go, pull their gun. Which I mean, pulling the gun is an allegory for,
get it over with.
Using what you got, to end the fight now. But
just do it.
Thought that
go into a fight. Go into your last stage of a power up. Don't start a fight in some Dragon Ball Z shit and go from Kaioken all the way up to Super Saiyan 3. Just go to Super Saiyan 3 and get it over with. Just stop playing.
Goku did try that against Beerus.
He did that shit every fucking fight.
Oh no, actually no. I think he might have ramped up against Beerus too, maybe.
Yes, he did it against Beerus. He did it against Beerus. He did it against Majin Buu. He did this shit against who the fuck else he did that shit against?
Yeah, you're right. And anime always provides us with explanations as to why these things happen. Because you remember when Gohan, after of course Gohan lost to Super Buu, right?
Yeah,
he could have beat him, but didn't. And then later on, Piccolo tells us you got arrogant because he had never had that power. He got arrogant because he had a power boost, or whatever, and I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that could be a plausible explanation, but also like as somebody who literally, and this is why that like that makes no sense, right? Is because literally that is why Cell got Goku killed, right? Gohan became arrogant and he did not finish Perfect Cell when he had the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that that would be a very core part of growth for him as a character to have his father die because he was arrogant, too arrogant to finish a fight when he needed to. So that's why I don't trust this whole explanation that Gohan gets his potential unlocked by Elder Kai and goes to fight Super Buu and is also not going to finish the fight against Super Buu when he needs to because he's being arrogant. That's stupid to me, personally. That's stupid to me. But I don't know.
So what do you think it is? So what do you? So when they say his potential is unlocked, what exactly is happening
What with Gohan?
with Gohan? Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna throw this out here, man. I don't have a link to the video or nothing like that, man. You know, if y'all want to find it, y'all got to search it down yourself, man. But I was watching a video where this guy basically explained, man. He said that Saiyans, one thing is like Saiyan biology that we don't talk about is that
Yeah.
Saiyans can adapt their bodies to the power that they're trying to harness. And so the reason why Gohan
Vegeta.
is able to unlock his potential multiple times is because when Elder Guru unlocked Gohan's potential when he was a kid, that was his potential when he was a kid, not
Yeah.
his ultimate potential. Even when Elder Kai unlocked his potential, that was not his full potential. That was his potential at the time. And so now we have Beast
Mm.
Gohan. Beast Gohan is a transformation that has nothing to do with potential or limits or anything like that. Gohan literally broke through a barrier that was blocking his primal, like just Saiyan power, you
Yeah.
know. And so he like this was similar to Vegeta getting angry about Beerus slapping Bulma. You know,
Yeah.
Vegeta rivaled Super Saiyan 3 with a transformation that was not Super Saiyan 3 because he broke through his natural limits.
Yeah.
So all that's to say is that these transformations are not the end all be all of what determines who's stronger than one another. Like so, Blue Super Saiyan Blue may be a God Key transformation, but that's why Kefla and Kale were able to stick with Super Saiyan Blue Goku.
Yeah.
Right? Is because Blue and God Key does not mean that someone can't be just as strong with a lower transformation. So all this to say is that Saiyan biology uh, can adapt to house stronger power. This is why Saiyans transform. This is why Whis don't need to transform to use Ultra Instinct. This is why Beerus don't need to transform to use Ultra Instinct. They are different, species.
Yeah.
They don't have to transform to harness that technique because they like that they don't need it. But Saiyans have to transform in order to house more power. That's why Goku, of course, went the route of Ultra Instinct, but Vegeta went the route of Ultra Ego, which is destruction energy. But to use destruction
Mm.
energy, he can't do it just like Beerus. He has to transform,
That makes
and so
that makes sense.
Gohan, all Gohan did was transformed to adapt his power. I'm sorry, his body to a more primal Saiyan power. And the same thing was with Broly. We will likely see Broly down the line once he's able to control his power. His transformation might look different because he will be housing some sort of power that's different from what we saw when he was fighting when he was enraged.
Yeah.
So these characters, these transformations are just adaptations in the Saiyan biology. That's why no other species in Dragon Ball transforms quite like Saiyans do. I mean, like no other species actually. And it's very similar. You actually, if you really look into it, it's like the Namekians, they merge, they fuse to get more power, and there's a reason behind that. It's like the collective, is not great. I'm sorry, the collective is greater than the individual, but also in order to protect the species, the collective, they will merge everybody into one.
Yeah.
And so, there's different things like that you see in Dragon Ball, but most notably, like I said, the Saiyans are the only ones that we see that have these transformations like that. I mean, you see Zarbon and Frieza, but Frieza explained his. Frieza was always in a transformed state when he was originally introduced. You remember that was his transformation because he was trying to limit his power.
Yeah.
So him transforming was him breaking the limits that he had placed on himself. So his final form
was really
his real form.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
And then Zarbon, you saw Zarbon, get like bigger and more muscly or whatever. I can't speak on that because I mean he wasn't developed as a character, but like I said, like how often do we see transformations happen in the series? Jiren didn't have no transformations. Hit didn't have no transformations. Dispo didn't have no transformations. Toppo actually had to transform to house destruction energy too, which is interesting. So I don't know why that is, but once again, transformations in Dragon Ball typically most often mean something. And I think when it comes to that question about Gohan, I just think that when you break his limits, his potential or whatever it is, that's only at that time. To compare it to something real world, it's like if you're 5 years old and I look at you and I say, man, you got potential. And that's not like I unlocked that potential. Was that the same potential that you could have had at 16 when you hit your growth spurt? And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we don't know. Now you hit your growth spurt. Now you're 6'5", and like it's a lot different looking.
Yeah.
Let me unlock your potential again. And then you go to college and you become who you want to be and you become an NBA basketball player. And it's like, okay, like you him, right? You got drafted. Guess what? We're gonna do it again, right? And that's what I know. I don't know if you know off the top of your head player names, but Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's what happened to him. He got to the NBA, and then you remember he was like scrawny. Got in the gym, and then bulked up, and he looked completely different. He looked completely different from how he looked when he first got in the league. So you can unlock your potential multiple times. It's not a one-time thing.
Look, when you put it like that, it makes sense.
But like I said, that's a theory. That's not the author telling us. That's just context clues and shit. But we move on to our last two topics, man. So I'm gonna drop this one on you first before the next one. Want you to build your own anime villain group, man. Something like the Akatsuki or the Espada. You got 10 slots, and my only restriction on you, man, is that you cannot include like any final like boss like type transformations or nothing like that. So we cannot do Aizen with the Hogyoku. We can't do Yuak, when he, absorbed, the Soul King. Can't do Kaguya, or nothing like that. Like we really more so regular characters in their base forms. I can start mine off. If you want me to start mine off to give you an example, to give you something to go off of.
You said, all right, I gotta pick 10 of them in a group.
Yeah, they gotta be a group, and it don't like we're not. I mean, if you want to elaborate on how they would work together, you can elaborate on that, but they don't have to work together. They just got to be a part of a group. Kind of like I said, like the Akatsuki. Like the Akatsuki, they worked in pairs, but I mean, we've seen it before. Like they don't have to work together.
All right.
Like Toby and Deidara did not work together at all. You know.
All right. I'm gonna pick. You said, and I can't pick no final forms, like with
so,
Hogyoku's and stuff.
Yeah. No final villain like god level power ups. Just base level villains.
All right, bit.
And
right.
this mostly, I mean, this could be from any series you want, but I say mostly mainstream if you can, just so that people know, like nothing too obscure.
Cause I was so finna throw one in there. All right, so I'm going Father from Full Metal Alchemist. All right, I'm going there first. I'm gonna throw in Makima from Chainsaw Man. All right, Eren Yeager.
Okay.
I gotta throw Eren Yeager. Dio Brando.
Okay.
Dio Brando. Okay. From JoJo's. Yeah. We gotta go Frieza. No, not Frieza. We gotta go Cell number 2. We're gonna go Miriam from Hunter x Hunter. Miriam. And I got 5 more. Yeah, Miriam was a psychopath. That man is a psychopath. Who else? Let's throw a wild card in there. I'm gonna say, can I do Kid Buu? Kid Buu, that's gonna be 6, because he's the embodiment of evil. He can be in this shit by himself.
I want to hear how you're gonna talk about how they're gonna work together.
They not gonna work together. They just gonna go in separate directions and blow shit up.
How they gonna? How can these people exist? How can these people exist? like because you know my thoughts is like up until Kid Buu, you was cooking, and then Kid Buu is like the embodiment of just like destroying everything.
Yeah, man. So, he's not gonna think. He's just gonna get to work.
Yeah.
We're gonna drop him off. Whatever, we're gonna drop him off first. And then the rest of them just gonna think and get the shit figured out.
Yeah.
So we got Father, we got Makima, we got Eren Yeager, Dio Brando, Miro, we got Kid Buu. Yep. I'm gonna throw in. Wait, I got 3 more. Four more.
Yeah.
I got Sukuna. We're gonna go Sukuna. I don't want to do Aizen, but he's such a good villain. I'm gonna do Aizen because I don't want to do you watch, and I'm gonna do base. I'm gonna do base Aizen because before he got the Hogyoku, he actually thought shit through. Yeah. He let his anger get control of him when he got the Hogyoku. We got that one in there.
Yeah.
Who else? Fuck. I'm gonna go Madara. We're gonna go Madara. We're gonna go Madara with the Rinnegan.
Yeah, do regular Madara.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go Madara.
Damn, it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. Your list is almost like exactly like my list. so now I gotta pick new folks. Now I gotta pick new hooks.
And I'm gonna throw in. The last 2. I'm gonna just throw some shit out there. We're gonna go Megatron, and we.
No, that's legit. That's legit right there.
We're gonna go Megatron and Godzilla. Just
wait. When was Godzilla a villain?
Godzilla is a villain. Godzilla kills people. Yeah, so we're gonna throw Godzilla in there.
Pretty sure the new movies make Godzilla is he's a force of nature. He's to protect the earth
off the muscle. So even if you think you're getting away, Godzilla finna blow your shit up.
Atomic shit. Yeah. Well, all right. Well, bruh, look, your list is almost exactly my list, man. It's crazy. And I actually thought this through, like, as characters that can like also work together too, because like I want my characters to actually be able to like work like as a cohesive unit. So first, let me give my list before I alter my list. I'm just tell you my list. What was the same. All right. So
Mm-hmm.
I also had Eisen. I also had
Okay.
Madara. I also had well, I see you call him father. I call him the dwarf in the flask. But the reason why I differentiate two is because you remember in the Espada, you remember the number 9 was Araniro. You remember
Mm-hmm.
it was like two little things inside like the little tube. You remember read it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I chose the dwarf in the flask because I'm like the dwarf in the flask. He need a host, to be able to do what he does. So I'm like I'm gonna put him on the list, and like somebody would just be carrying him in like a container, and like
Mm-hmm.
he could take a host, and he could take a different host every time or some shit. But like him himself, he's just in the container. But
Mm-hmm.
so I had Aaron Yeager, post time skip Aaron Yeager. So the Aaron Yeager after the whatchamacallit, after they
Mm-hmm.
fought in what was it Marley?
Mm-hmm.
So buff Aaron Yeager. I had Meruem, and I had base Uwak,
Okay.
and then I had Sakuna.
Okay.
The two that that weren't on your list were Goku Black
Ooh, that's
and
a good one.
I'm sorry, three. I had three: Goku Black, Marshall D Teach, Blackbeard,
Mm.
and then
Right, right, right,
Muzan,
right.
and then Muzan.
Should have
All
thought
right.
about those.
So I'm gonna alter my list because you took all the good ones.
Took all the good. I ain't
No,
say nothing
I'm just
about
talking shit. I'm
Hisoka.
talking
I love
shit. But no,
Hisoka out.
no, I'm about to go ham though because like my list is not gonna be like very like these aren't gonna be the most powerful people, but
Yeah.
this is about to be a solid list. All right, number one, replacing Aizen with Grimjow.
Ooh,
Grimjow from
that's
Bleach.
sick.
All
That's
right,
sick. Yeah.
replacing Madara. Replacing Madara. We got a replacement for Madara. I'm gonna replace Madara with. I'm trying to think of another Naruto villain that's good. Um, we gonna replace
Ooh,
Madara with Itachi.
okay.
Replace
But
Madara with
was
Itachi.
Itachi really a
Itachi was a part of
villain?
the Akatsuki, bro. He was
Kinda.
he was part of the Akatsuki, man. We gonna throw him in there.
Alright, for sure.
So because he gonna be he a villain when the need is serving itself.
Yeah.
All right, so Itachi. All right, we're gonna keep Goku Black. We're gonna keep Blackbeard. Well, actually, you know what? I kind of want to change Blackbeard. I don't know if you've been keeping up with the manga, man, the One Piece, man, but I'm starting to feel like Blackbeard is justified to do whatever he want to do.
What
Because
the fuck? What you mean by that?
you gotta watch, you gotta see, you gotta read the manga, bro.
See, I slowed down when they got to
You gotta,
Egghead.
yeah, you gotta read the manga, man, because it's some stuff that's been revealed that is very crucial, very important, and kind of makes me feel a different way about Blackbeard. And I know that you think
That's
that's crazy. I know you
crazy.
think that's crazy, man, but yeah, it's some developments have occurred. Um,
Outside of him stealing Whitebeard's like power,
yeah,
has he really done anything bad?
he's a villain. I mean, he does
I
villain
mean,
shit. He does
yeah,
villain shit. But yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to look at it that way, yeah, he hasn't done anything like out of like outlandish. But
yeah,
um, definitely, sneaking Whitebeard the way he did that was fucked up. But
yeah.
um, yeah. So I'm thinking I might replace Blackbeard. Replacing him, I'm gonna just take One Piece out because One Piece don't got the best villains when it comes to like pure villainy.
Nah.
These
Yes,
aren't
you do.
pure villains.
Yes, you do.
Like
You got the
Emu,
nigga from the jail. No, you got the nigga from the jail.
Magellan,
Magellan.
but Magellan, I'm definitely not putting Magellan anywhere on any list I got because that nigga got like a like
Yeah,
he like to eat that he like to eat his own poison and his own poison causes him to have like stomach issues. That's crazy. That's his only drawback is he eats his own poison and he be getting diarrhea over that shit. It's crazy. So all right, so nah, I'm not gonna do another One Piece villain. So I am going to do and I'm gonna keep the Dwarf in the Flask. I'm keep Muzan. Keeping Eren Yeager on the list. I'm gonna replace Meruem with Hisoka. Actually, no, I'm sorry. And you know what? Nope, not even Hisoka. I'm gonna replace Meruem with Illumi.
Okay.
I'm gonna replace Meruem with Illumi.
Yeah. That's freaking.
Solid pick, right? All right.
Yeah.
So, taking Yuak off the list, I am going to replace Yuak with let's say, trying to think of another shonen villain. This is gonna be funny because this is just one human. It's one human in a group of people with all superpowers, but the dude from Gundam who piloted the red one, Char.
Mm-hmm.
Char from Gundam. You ever watched the original Gundam, the original Mobile Gundam? Okay, yeah. Char was the one who had that red Gundam.
Okay.
Yeah, Char was that deal. Cause that's who Miliardo Peacecraft from Gundam Wing. That's who he was based off of. You know, he had the blonde with the mask and shit. That he stole that shit. He stole that drip from Char. But yeah, we gonna say Char from Gundam, and then we gonna keep Sukuna. And so the reason why I kept some of these characters right is because I thought about how these characters would cooperate, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, okay, some of these characters are just more so like into chaos rather than like destruction of everything, right? Of course, like Goku Black would want to destroy all humans, but you got characters like Sukuna, who he's more so like, I want to rule over everything. Everything is in control. Everything is my domain, right? And so, Muzan similarly, humans are food. Like, so you got these characters like they have conflicting goals, but I think that a character like, let's just say Madara would be able to, and I took Madara off my list, of course, but like see, you took some people off my list because some of these people are crucial, because I would look at somebody like Eisner Madara as somebody who could sway everybody to cooperate under like one plan, for one goal. Because if Goku Black wants to exterminate humanity because he sees them as being like, inherently like flawed, well, Madara would be like, well, what if we just brainwashed all of humanity into following, under the infinite Tsukuyomi? And then Aizen would be like, well, you know what? I could get down with this because my whole thing is that the current system is being run by essentially a figurehead, and the people that are holding the figurehead up are just as corrupt as anybody else, because they're allowing a corrupt system of government to run Soul Society, where nobles are able to get away with heinous crimes, and you know what I'm saying. So I feel like these characters would cooperate, and then like the Dwarf in the Flask would just be like, okay, that's cool. Can I have some of these souls? Like, you can enslave humanity under the infinite Tsukuyomi. Let me have some of these souls though. So and then Eren Yeager is gonna be like, okay, as long as my people are unaffected, let me have my island. You can have everything else. I'll help you get everything else, right? But let me have my island, my people. So I'm just looking at these characters, and I'm like, these characters, they could get along. Like Muzan would just be like, as long as I can eat, as long as I can eat humans, like as long as I can eat humans, you know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be a big deal. So these characters would definitely cooperate. And then I even went so further, right? So
Mhm.
I was like, they gotta have some type of signature drip. And I was like, you know, you got the Akatsuki, you know, they got their robes, Spada, you know, kind of like all dressed in white, and they got their numbers to signify their ranks. I was like, what if these niggas all had like some type of like iced out watch, and their rank was on the face of the watch,
That was fine.
like right,
That's
and
fine.
so that's they drip, right,
That's fine.
and so and then I was like, okay, in so many animes, these types of groups are portrayed with a theme in mind. And I was
Mhm.
like, Bleach, good example, right? Everybody got a theme. And I was like, what would be the theme of my group? And I was like, let's do like some like Haitian voodoo type of theme, right? You know, like I ain't never seen African or like Caribbean or like nothing like that represented in anime as like a theme. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let's do like
Mhm.
if Bleach got the Espada being Latin American, the Quincy's are German, the Soul Society is Japanese. Shit, my niggas, my 10 are gonna be like some Haitian voodoo type niggas, you know?
What?
Yeah, bruh. Like, it like it'd be lit. And then like the outfits, I'm thinking like, see, I thought all the way through, man. I'm thinking like
See,
some
yeah,
red leather. I'm
I
thinking
ain't
about
putting no
some.
thought in mind.
I'm thinking about some like red leather, bruh. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some we didn't seen it all, bro. We didn't seen niggas in all black. We didn't seen niggas with the black Kotsky robes. You seen niggas all white. We didn't seen
Yeah,
it. We didn't seen some different stuff. I'm like, man, let's do some red leather. Some red leather, like some some Thriller, Michael Jackson Thriller type shit, right? That's what I'm
yeah,
thinking, bro. That's what I'm thinking. You know,
that'd
imagine
be fire.
Muzan walking out with some Michael Jackson Thriller type outfit, bro. Like these these niggas would be dripped out, bro. Dripped out, man.
That's fine.
But
That's fine. I get it. I
these niggas
get
be
it.
dripped out. Now I gotta tell that dude that be on YouTube there's a dude on YouTube who does illustrations, um,
Mhm.
of crossovers. So it's like, what if One Piece characters like were in the Bleach universe, or what if Bleach characters were in the like the Gote 13 were in One Piece, and he
Yeah,
does those illustrations. It's dope.
that'd be fire.
Um, all right, so my
That'd be fire.
last topic, man. Last topic.
What you got?
We got about 15 minutes, man. Just want you to tell me, man, your top 10 shonen anime and manga. Like I said, stick to more mainstream stuff, and then you can throw some honorable mentions in there for like some like non-mainstream stuff if you want.
Uh,
Just want the people to know what you into.
so you said try and keep it mainstream. Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, I mean mainstream is in things that are popularly known. Like no, like let's try to stay away from like what's something that's not mainstream that I can name off.
Well, like the
It's
Shield Hero.
okay. Yeah, let's stay away from Shield Hero. Shield
All
Hero
right,
is
cool.
like, yeah,
Now I
yeah,
know I can go with this. Now I know
yeah.
I can go. FMA. I
Well,
can't
nah,
really
it's
say
okay.
whether it's Brotherhood or not.
Brother,
I
it
kind
gotta
of
be
watch
Brotherhood, bro. No, don't even do
because
that. Don't
Brotherhood.
even do that.
It's got to be Brotherhood.
Brotherhood is the only what you talk about. The first one wasn't even, bruh. Come on, Brotherhood is superior.
Brotherhood
Brotherhood
kind
is
of jumped
superior.
straight to the point. It just kind of cut out all the fluff. All right,
Brotherhood is superior.
all
They,
right.
they
So
yeah.
FMA Brotherhood, Attack on Titan,
Okay.
obviously.
Yep.
JJK, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yep. Okay.
Um, this is gonna be crazy because I literally just started watching this and I finished it
Yeah.
2 months ago. Mob Psycho,
Mob Psycho is pretty good.
amazing series, bro. Amazing. Um, what else for? I said Hunter, Hunter, Attack on Titan, Full Metal Alchemist, Jujutsu Kaisen, Hunter, Mob Psycho. I got 5 more. I'm gonna go. My Hero. I don't know why I hesitate to even throw that one in there. Yeah, My Hero Academia. And bro, you ever watch so much anime, bro? It's just kind of hard to like.
It started running together.
It started running together.
Look, hey, no,
Solo Leveling. So I got
okay.
3 more. Um, Berserk, the first part, not
That's a
the
good one.
second one. Berserk. All right, two more. Um, Fire Force,
That's a good one too.
and
Name some
then
good ones.
uh, I would say Tokyo Ghoul, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it confuses me. I have a hard time keeping up with the names and stuff.
The
So
reason why Tokyo Ghoul is so confusing is because well, it's one. Okay, see, you gotta like of course they did the new one, which kind of like it ruins a lot of things about it. But I know
yeah,
what you mean by it's confusing. The story is somewhat confusing because like yeah, they to get from point A to point B, very very convoluted process. When we like literally like we the first episode, like of course we find out that dude is a forget what they call him in that series, but yeah, he's one of those things, right? Those people,
hmm
those things. I forgot what they call them. Like, I ain't watched it in
yeah,
a
I
long
don't
time,
know.
but um, he, it doesn't take us. It is a very far process from taking us from there to the end of the season when we find out that he was like that his power was like this superior power within their race, and of course, he like loses all his memories and joins up with
Change
the
the name,
enemy.
right?
Also we find out that the guy, I think what the guy that owned the coffee shop was like he was like he was like some crazy ass like murdering serial killer back in his day. Like yeah,
Yes,
you remember. So I mean, it's just a lot, bro. It's a lot. But
yes.
I was gonna say let me give my 10 before we wrap it up, man. So, um, My Hero Academia.
hmm
Once again, this is not in order, by the way. So My Hero Academia, One Piece,
hmm
Dragon Ball, Naruto, Bleach, Full Metal Alchemist, Yu Yu Hakusho,
mm
Hunter x Hunter, and then this is gonna probably go left for some folks, man. Um, Gurren Lagann,
Oof, that's a
and
good
the,
one.
and then Hitman Reborn.
Okay, okay. I knew that
Hitman,
last one was coming.
yeah, Hitman Reborn, man, one of my favorites, man, ever. I
Yeah.
wish they would redo the anime because such a good series, man. But I do also want to leave honorable mentions for of course, you mentioned Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan. Those are honorable mentions for me.
hmm
Gundam, and I know Gundam is like there's a
You got
lot
like
of
a
Gundam
million
series.
of them, I
So
promise.
so I'm
Yeah.
so I'm gonna name two, and these two are kind of OG shit like Gundam Wing.
Okay.
Grew up watching Gundam Wing, one of my
Yes.
favorites, and
hmm
then Iron Blooded Orphans.
Iron
Uh,
Blood Orphans.
that
Yep.
Iron Blooded Orphans story wise is the best of them all to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was really really good. And then Rurouni Kenshin. Yeah,
Good one.
Rurouni Kenshin's
Good
on my
one.
but there's so many other ones, man. It's good. And
We ain't
this is this
gonna
this the top 10 list, but it's like it's so many different ones that we could have
you gonna
named.
throw nothing new in there, man. What about Gachi Yakuza, man? I just
They
knew you
not
was gonna throw that one in there.
nah, man, because that's new stuff, and that's not top 10
True.
ever. It's not top 10
True.
ever. One day, maybe they might
Maybe.
make a list. It's hard, bro. Like you just heard my whole list. Like
Yeah.
Demon Slayer wasn't on my top 10. Jujutsu
Yeah.
Kaisen wasn't on my top 10. Like Black Clover wasn't on my top 10. Like it's hard to get in that top 10. My Hero made
Yeah,
it,
man.
but I mean it's gonna be
Yeah.
hard to get in that top 10, and not just
Yeah.
like I said because like the OGs, like I put a lot of respect on the OGs, man, and like even the OGs we didn't name, bro. You got stuff like Samurai
hmm
Champloo, you got stuff like
Yes.
Cowboy Bebop, Tenchi
Yes.
Muyo, Big O, man. How
Oof.
many good series have we seen in our lifetime, man? That's just older and just didn't get like the same credit, man. Because like
Man, you right.
they're just older. You know what I mean?
You
I
right.
mean, it's that's just how things go.
Yeah.
You know, and so you really got to just look at it like, if you're looking at a top 10 or top 25 list of your favorite all time, yeah, some new ones might not make it on the list, but that don't mean they not good. That just means that they haven't been around long enough to really sit and marinate, because Demon Slayer 10 years from now may
Yeah,
hit a little bit different looking back on it.
you're right.
Sometimes you look back on stuff you got fonder memories. I look back on watching Michael Jordan play basketball and Kobe. Definitely look back on Kobe playing basketball, and man, Kobe was something special, and that's why he's
Yeah,
my favorite player. It's like I look back
yeah,
on how he played, man, and I'm just like, damn, like this nigga was amazing, But like while he
yeah,
was playing, he, yeah,
yeah,
I liked him, but like, you know, he
yeah.
wasn't my favorite player growing up. So
So you saying
Chris Webber was my favorite player growing up, bro. Like Chris Webber. Don't nobody know this nigga now. Like his name, like he's not
right?
obscure. He's definitely a Hall of Famer name, that people recognize. But like Chris Webber, like people gonna be like, what the fuck? Like I think I had Chris Webber jerseys. I had like 3 Chris Webber jerseys. I had the C Webb shoes, the
Yeah.
Dadas, the
Da with the
Dadas, the
spinner.
Dadas, bro. Like that was my favorite player. But now, like I said, like when I got to become like an adult, man, I started looking different. I'm like, damn, like Kobe was it, and now that he
Yeah,
gone, like that's my nigga,
yeah,
But
man. That
that's how it
nostalgia,
is with
bro.
anime. That's how it is with anime,
Yeah,
man. So yeah, definitely look back on some of these series and they be like, damn, like that was my shit. Gurren Lagann is one of them that made it just based off of like it being older, but also it still hit to today. Like if I went back and watched Gurren Lagann today, man, like I swear it's gonna hit the same every time, bro.
yeah,
Every single time. Kamina,
yeah.
his name Kamina? I think his name's Kamina, right? What's his brother's name? The one that died?
Oh,
Um,
Comedy was the
Yeah,
older one,
Kamina.
right?
Yeah, Kamina. Yeah,
He
Kamina
was
was
the
his
older one.
brother.
Yeah,
Yeah, when Kamina died, that's like, man, like that's a moment that like like
yeah.
you'll never forget that shit, bro. And
Not gonna lie to
then
you, bro. That series, bro. I started that series this year.
yeah, Gurren Lagann, damn, bro, that's crazy.
First
That's
time, bro.
bro, that
I
bro.
always saw it. I always saw it, but I never. You ever had them
Wait,
shows?
have you
You see
finished it?
them? Yeah, I finished it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
So
I finished
yeah, so yeah,
it. Yeah,
but Kamina
yeah.
dying,
Loved it.
that's a moment. And then, bruh, I'll tell you this, man. I'm glad that we're doing a podcast because I get to say this, man. I like to everybody out loud, man. I hold this in, have conversations with everybody about this, man. But, whoo, man, at that very end, bruh, when they are at the that little gazebo having that wedding,
Yeah,
and Nia and Simon are having their wedding, or Simone, I think is how they say it in the anime.
yeah. Come on.
Simone, Simone, and then Nia are having their wedding, and she fades away, or she like disappears.
Mhm.
Bruh, I swear, I will cry like a baby, bro. Like
Yeah.
that's, bruh, that's one of the most heartbreaking moments of anything I have ever watched, like ever, bruh.
Mm.
Because everybody's in shock. And Simone is like, yeah, kind of halfway expected this. And then just goes on his way.
Yeah.
and he's like, he becomes like a wanderer, a hermit,
Yeah.
like, but he like goes on his way.
Yep.
And it's like, damn, like Simone, like he gave everything to save the
Yep.
universe. The universe.
Yep. Yep.
Gave everything, bro. Even the woman that he loved to save the universe. Like, damn. And
It
then
came full circle.
at the end of it, there's nothing to show for it. Like, yeah, you got friends that that listen to you, but I mean, yeah, you got to show for it, I guess, is that the universe is safe. But like, nah, bruh. Like,
Yeah.
nothing to show for it. He just goes off, and that's it.
Yep. Just an
Just
old
goes
man
off.
with a little shovel on a necklace.
Yeah.
Is it?
But
That's
it's like,
it,
but
bro.
it's still able to smile, bruh. Still able to smile, like cause he's smiling on all his memories he got.
What you think Deku doing right now?
An old man Deku is probably smiling too, cause
Yeah, man.
cause he cracking on Chaco. But
Nothing to show.
like, but
Stupid.
um, you know,
Stupid.
for real, bro. Like that's Girl Lagan, man. That's one of them ones, man. But yeah, man, we coming up on almost 2 hours, man. So we gonna wrap it up, and I just want to thank all the viewers, man, all the people that will view this podcast episode 1, all the people that choose to start rocking with us, from the very beginning. This is the start, of the start of our story, our anime story, our arc, our first arc is starting up right now.
Oh, we gotta play this back in black and white.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we gotta play it. We gotta play it in a theater and just sit there and just watch it with popcorn. But yeah, man. You got anything else you want to say to the people before we end this
Yes.
episode?
Yes. Be nice to people. Stop bullying. Watch anime.
100.
Give it a chance, please. It's not just cartoons. It's real life stuff in there. I promise. I'm not gonna give you your money back if you don't like it, but yeah, man, it's worth it. It's worth it.
There's good words, man. There's good tips for the people, man. Also, don't go to anime conventions creeping on nobody.
Please don't.
Yeah, don't do that either.
Please don't. Please don't. And if you feel nervous about it, just know your favorite actors, singers, they watch it too.
And
they watch it too.
And one more thing. Watch your anime and actually watch it and think about it. Don't just watch that shit and just be like, "Oh yeah, I watched it." Like, watch it and think about it. Think about the characters, the stories, the themes. Like, what's this story trying to tell you? Like you could watch something like like we said, like a My Hero, and that might inspire you, man. You been sitting around, you ain't making no money. It might inspire you to go back to school. It might inspire you to start a business. You know what I'm saying? Break through your limits, right?
You sound like the Everest dude.
Break through your limits, man.
You sitting around on the couch not doing nothing anyhow. Why don't you get up and start something that's gonna do something with your future?
Yeah, like the dude, like the BT, like that BT commercial, that college commercial that they used to have. What was it? I forgot what that.
Let Everest join Everest College.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. Get up and do something, bro. But for real though, like, think about it. What would your favorite anime character be doing? Shit, I need to get in the gym, and I'd be thinking about, man, Deku would be ashamed of me.
Yeah.
Deku out here got the little thing in the classroom, exercising his hands, his grip strength.
Mm-hmm.
Exercising his grip strength, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can do it anywhere, man.
Yeah, man. Training.
Yeah, man. Watch your animes. Think about, what they're trying to tell you, because anime is life, and it will teach you so many things. But yeah, like I said, this is episode 1 of the Anime Unk podcast, and we are signing out.
Oh! Peace!